You know where you're at. Grand Canyon National Park. That's the Kaibab Trail. Normally I do the video up at the top, but guess what? It's windy today. 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. Today is a perfect day of what makes the Grand Canyon so awesome. This morning 30 degrees, Phantom Ranch 100 today. A 70-degree swing in temperature. So the hike won't be as difficult today, but I mean, for a starter, if you want to ever experience the Grand Canyon, we're going to hike down the Kaibab, cut across Tonto, then head up Bright Angel. That's our plan for the day. And as you know, I'm not alone today. My co-star, as Steve likes to be now called, is with us today. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So, this is the very early part of the trail, but this is about halfway to ooh-ah point. I don't know how windy ooh-ah is going to be, but yes, this is what it looks like when you're starting the hike. A beautiful Grand Canyon morning. It's so good because my co-star is doing a morning selfie. Look at him. What a pro. What a pro. So, I've done a lot of this trail and made lots of videos of it before, but as a reminder, the trail, you can see, cuts across this butte and then goes and then the flat part, that's Skeleton Point, and then you do the zigzags. Once you get around that, that's where Tonto is, and that's where we're going. Where are you going, Meltzer? Huh? He's ready to go. Help! I've fallen, and I can't get up! I'm too busy taking a selfie of myself. Not a lot of opportunities for me to make videos so far because of the wind. But we're heading towards the butte, towards Skeleton Point. So head to the right to the butte, but we're going to take Tonto, and Tonto, actually, it's hard to see in the shade, but it's down there, comes out, and then you can see it across this view. That's to, some observation point, I forget what it's called. But over there's the Bright Angel, which comes through that crevice. We're going to walk around that to Indian Garden. That's the plan. What do you think, Steve?
Back in vacation mode.
All right. Yes, we're going to put on some suntan lotion because it's not 30 anymore. It's probably more like 50, 55. Clearly you can see the trail. That's Skeleton Point right there. You see the zigzags. That's a very steep part of the trail. Once you get around to the side, that is where Tonto is. Anything to say, co-starring actor Steve?
You don't cut until I say cut. And cut.
Skeleton Point. You probably want some breakfast. You have nothing to say, do you? Oh well. Anyway, let's go see his friend over here. There's another one. The most dangerous animal in the Grand Canyon. The squirrel. Hey, I didn't say it had bubonic plague, but the National Park Service says it does. Alright, Skeleton Point, heading down to Kaibab. And on our way to Tonto, should be there in about a half hour. The mighty Colorado! Let the switchbacks begin! It's an asses meeting. Very exciting. This is the junction of Kaibab and Tonto. I've hiked a lot of Tonto before. I've hiked Tonto all the way from Hermit to Bright Angel, That video is very popular and frankly one of my favorite hikes, but that's a 20+ miler in one day. We're going to take Tonto from here and head to Bright Angel. This is the corridor for the Kaibab Trail all the way to the North Rim. The North Rim is right there. Hard to see because it's so far away, but this gives you a great perspective of Phantom Ranch as well. Steve and I were recently talking. We think the temperature's already in the 80s. And it's a little after 9 o'clock, so yowzers. Passing through one of the more greener areas, because this is one of the washouts when there is rain here at the canyon. Big old cottonwood tree. We just passed through a lot of water. Had to pass through a creek, a moat almost like, and there he is, right there, just moseying on around. That's the great thing about Tonto. You really get away from people, you can really experience the park. Almost through. Gives you an amazing perspective of how huge these gaps are around. I can't even get it all in the camera, these massive buttes. Once you're up close to them, it's a different world. All right, we're at the bottom of this bad boy. A little sand and a little water. Now remember, the reason why there's water, even though it doesn't rain a lot here, is this water permeates through the rocks. And it takes a long time for the water to permeate. And look what we have through here. We have another deer. We can meet in the tree. Boy, she's a big doe. That definitely is going to get her gone. Hey Steve, what can you tell me about this yucca plant?
You mean that yucca plant right there?
Yeah, that yucca plant.
Well, let me tell you something right now about the yucca plant, Brandon. You're gonna see a lot more yucca plant along the trail today, Brandon. So I'm gonna need you to do, okay, right now? I need you to keep heading up the trail. We're gonna see more yucca plant, okay, right now?
Okay, right now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, look, Steve, more yucca plants. What can you tell me about these yucca plants?
Well, let me tell you something about the yucca plant, Brandon. To describe to you just how much I feel about the yucca plant. This is all I can say about the yucca plant.
Thank you. Get down on it. Da, da, da.
You want to save 15% in 15 minutes? Listen to me, boy.
These washes, once they get to these huge ledges, lots of big rocks, stuff's pretty unstable. So I'm doing my best to get down here in one piece. Oh my gosh, look at this. This wash just ends into this unbelievable dropout. Wow, look at that. Look at the sidewall here that wraps you around, and the sidewall here. Man. I gotta tell you, I didn't think the Tonto would be this cool between Kaibab and Bright Angel, but man, oh man, this is awesome. We've seen tons of wildlife and some great wash patches. So, whew, really cool so far. Very warm, but totally worth it. So we're gonna head on to Bright Angel.
Brandon, is that the wall that you were standing at the top of in the last video?
Yes, it was.
Okay, right now, let's go.
That's Tonto West. All the cottonwoods means it's Indian Garden and Bright Angel. Tonto, you've been fun. On our way to Indian Garden. Look who I found hiding on the tree.
You guys aren't from around here?
Vegas.
There's his friend.
It's a cool lizard, isn't it?
Are you from around here? You running away from me, boy? The most dangerous animal in the Grand Canyon. The squirrel. And yes, it is the real bubonic plague. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's
Not fair.
dumb.
That's all you
I-
got, Nate? All
I
those
concur.
words in your vocabulary
The problem
and
is this video, you know, you're not going to be famous on this. It's just going on my YouTube page, and I don't work for PBS.
Oh. That's cool.
There you go. I don't work for PBS, and that's cool. All right. Well, I guess we're going to head back to the top now.
Cut.
Yes, and cut. Beginning the trudge up. 3,000 feet of elevation, about 4 miles to go. We started with temps in the 30s. Temps are now in the 80s. Shouldn't get too much warmer than the 80s because we're going up in elevation, so hooray. But I'm sure now at Phantom Ranch it's in the 90s. Meltzer, you got anything to say?
Two kinds of people in this world. Trail hikers and real hikers.
I guess us non-real hikers are going to head up the trail now.
Cut. So Brandon, let me show you what we've done today. We started on the South Kaibab. We came down to the Tonto Trail. We came up the Tonto Trail to the Bright Angel, all the way to Death Valley. We did that in 12 days. 1 bottle of water, no map, no GPS, not one pee break, 0 carbon footprint. Who else can do that?
Not I, Steve.
Not even tired. In fact, let's do it again.
As my wife would say, oh look, a flower. As I would say,
A yucca plant.
we've stopped and we need to continue going forward. We're at the 3-mile mark.
Absolutely.
This guy's a genius. Look at that. Oh my God.
I wish I could take credit.
Man,
I do.
I
But
wish
you
I
know
could
what?
learn
I
from
feel
you.
really good about it. I'm real happy.
There it is. The most dangerous animal in the Grand Canyon. Chippy the bubonic plague squirrel tells you to enjoy your trip. Look at all these lovely people. Is it a Wi-Fi hotspot? No. I'm afraid it's just water. Run now. Are we going to run to the top?
Yeah, we've been down here.
Oh, come on, Patriot fans, run.
We're not Patriot fans.
Oh, okay. There you go. Have a safe hike.
We will.
Okay. We're back, Bright Angel. What was our time? 6:59?
6:59.
Look at that. Kaibab, Tonto, Bright Angel, 6 hours, 59 minutes. And of course, where's the wind? Oh yeah, it's up here. We could have used the wind coming up, but we did pretty good. Steve, how you feeling?
$1 million.
Look at him. He's $1 million, baby.
And
Yeah, I think we've had enough for today. It was a great hike. I would recommend doing that hike anytime, as long as it's not 90 like today. We probably experienced at least 60 degrees in temperature difference, so hey, look, our bus. It's time to get back to our car. Next time, folks.